14, and we're here with the one and only Paul Joseph Watson of Infowars.com. Paul, what's your experience been like so far here at this particular Bilderberg in Copenhagen? How's it been? What's your experience been like?
Similar in some ways to last year, you know, being kicked out of hotels and different establishments. The main difference is the protest obviously last year was huge. It was 2,000 to 3,000 people in Watford. Well, that was because of obviously Alex Jones, David Icke being the big draw. The height of the protest was about 100 people, but you know that's for a lot of different reasons. One of which is somebody told me that Danes are quite pacified and domesticated, more so than people in the UK or Canada or America. But it's been good in terms of news. We got some big stories out, so I'm quite pleased with that.
Well, another difference I've noticed this time is they did have kind of a protest area where people are sort of penned in. However, they did allow us press access to some certain areas where we were able to get some key shots. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, they opened it up to the press this time.
They opened it up pretty quickly, to be honest. I mean, originally we were allocated only one small area. That quickly became two. Then that we were able to get directly across from the Marriott, around the side of the Marriott. You compare that to last year in Watford, where we were kept nearly a mile away. We got nowhere near the actual hotel, so more access, and you know there is a kind of charm offensive, a PR offensive by the Bilderberg group, which was evidenced by the Dutch Labour politician coming out and addressing us on several occasions.
And just really quickly, I mean, why is it important to cover Bilderberg, and why do you find it important to come out to cover these things? Why should people know about this group?
Because the Bilderberg members themselves admit that this group has more power than Davos, for example. You know, 100 or more journalists go to cover Davos. There was an interview with a Bilderberg member in a German magazine a couple of weeks ago. He said that this is where the real decisions are made. So the push to get mainstream media coverage has been increasingly successful over the past few years. And I think the more light we can shine on it, the less influence that they will have, because they'll have to become more transparent, so they won't be able to scheme behind the scenes as much without us finding out about it. For example, in 2006, where they basically positioned themselves for the economic collapse, which happened 2 years later. More leaks of that nature means that we're aware of our own future that they're planning, and we can be more empowered to change that.
Well, it seems like as a movement covering Bilderberg, so to speak, we are gaining some momentum, and it seems like it's beginning to pick up. So I look forward to covering more. Are you planning on covering next year's?
If it's in Europe, I'll be here. I guess if it's in Chantilly or if it's in Canada, you know, the guys from Austin will just be sent over. But I'm definitely here for all the European ones. And the key is, I think, as technology improves on our side, as we have access to more tools, we can penetrate deeper and deeper into Bilderberg and what they're actually talking about inside the conference.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it comes down to, documenting the attendees, getting down to the bottom of the agenda, and getting the word out to the people so they can have an educated decision to decide for themselves is this group should be functional, operating, or not. So once again, Paul Joseph Watson, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you.